What is going on, everybody? Pete Simonetti here for NYY News TV. Guys, I talked about this a little bit on All Rise this very morning. Grab you a cup of coffee. Look, I got another one right here. I'm ready to rock and roll all day, baby. But I want to talk a little more why Ryan McMahon of the Colorado Rockies would be one of those deals that just makes sense for now and also the future. So if you guys don't know much about Ryan McMahon, we actually just saw him. This is a guy who was getting better year by year, and he is one of the premier defenders over at third base. But the most important thing, folks, he's a lefty batter. I don't know how much more I got to try to just sit here and convince the New York Yankees that you got to add more lefties. This morning on All Rise, I presented a lineup with Bellinger and Ryan McMahon in it. And you could balance it out beautifully to righty-lefty, 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 righty-lefty. Or righty-lefty, right is how you could balance it out. So every other guy is coming up on the other side of the plate, which presents a danger at Yankee Stadium to the opposing team when they're facing you. It is very, very important. But this video is not going to be about Cody Bellinger. I want to talk about why Ryan McMahon makes sense. There's three guys that I've discussed. Cody Bellinger, I think, is a must for the Yankees. They can't let him go anywhere else. Not to Houston, not to Baltimore, not to Tampa, whatever it is. They got to try their best to get Bellinger. And I've even said I'd be on the phone right now offering something by Thursday that is going to be an overpay. I'd even do that. When it comes to Brendan Donovan, I love Brendan Donovan for the future of the Yankees. The arm injury concerns me for the present. Maybe it's something you look at again in the offseason, but for the present right now, it's a little scary. I haven't talked about Nolan Gorman a bit. I'll discuss him probably in the future, maybe, if I hear a little bit about him. But there's no real connection, per my understanding, as of right now. Ryan McMahon is a guy where I think it could actually make a shit ton of sense for the Yankees. So let's get right into it. Ryan McMahon on the year, you look at his overall numbers, he almost has a 3 WAR already. 15 homers, 252 batting average, 51 runs scored, 46 RBIs, 336 on-base percentage, 453 slugging, 789 OPS, 102 OPS plus. He is getting better every single year. You look at his last couple of years, OPS is at a high, slugging percentage is at a high, batting average is right there among his highs. On-base percentage is a high at the moment. OPS plus is a high at the moment. He's likely going to pass his career high in RBIs, in home runs, in runs scored. He's going to fly by all that. The guy is 28 years old. And on top of that, he is signed to a very, very nice contract. If we slide on down here, we should see that. Here it is right here. So for 2023, Ryan McMahon is only getting paid $9 million. Let me just sum up what that means for you guys. It's dick for the New York Yankees. It's nothing. Most of that is paid. By the time if the Yankees were to get him around the 1st, August 1st, which is deadline day, probably have about $3 million left, 3.1, 3.2. It is nothing. The Yankees could easily make that work. After that, $12 million for 24, $12 million for 25, and then $16 million each for 26 and 27 through his prime age 32 season. Guys, if you also look at the projection of the Yankees moving forward in the future, what is the projection of this club's infield? Okay, Gleyber Torres. Are the Yankees going to re-sign Gleyber Torres long-term? I am going to sit here right now and say, I don't believe they will. That's another story if they do. As of right now, I do not think the New York Yankees will bring back Gleyber Torres. You got Oswald Peraza, who I still have to see it to believe it if the Yankees really believe in this guy and trust him, because they really haven't given him a shot. JD gets the injuries basically done. That is it. Calf injuries destroyed. Oswald Peraza's up. He is playing now. We'll see how long that lasts. But if we want to sit here and go, okay, he's a piece. Anthony Volpe, we know, was a piece. Anthony Rizzo's going to be gone pretty soon. I mean, he got next year, and then it's kind of like a toss-up of who the Yankees' first baseman is going to be. And then you look in the minors. You know, you got guys that are relatively close. Trey Sweeney. Anybody think Shaparo's playing third base for the Yankees? No, he's not. Just to give you an update, he's not. You got some guys at the lower levels coming up, but that's really it. Ryan McMahon is proven, he's getting better every year, continuing to get better. If you go ahead and want to be a little bit on the nerd side of things and look at StatCast, you don't find many better StatCast. You'll find better, but look at that. Top 82 percentile in exit velocity, average. Top 86 percentile in max exit velocity. Top 76 percentile in hard hit percentage. Look at that, outs above average. He is one of the best defensive third basemen you will find in Major League Baseball. Very interesting thing, though, about Ryan McMahon. He strikes out almost 30% of the time, which is very high. It's almost a career high. He's also walking at a better clip than he ever has. Let me tell you why I am willing to deal with that. As you see, that chase rate is also very good, meaning he's not swinging at garbage. He's probably just making some poor selections. But here's the reason why I am willing to work with that with a guy like Ryan McMahon. Sean Casey. And I know some people might sit there and go, I don't know. Look, if you paid the guy, you brought him in. I don't know if Boone gets fired and the Yankees don't miss the playoffs. If Sean Casey sticks around to be the Yankees hitting coach, he's best friends with Aaron Boone. So I don't know if that would be the case. But in reality, if you want the guy you brought in to be effective, give him players that he can help in a certain way. Sean Casey wasn't a power guy, but he could hit the ball great, and he puts the ball in play, was a career 300 hitter. If Sean Casey could do anything to go, hey, look, Ryan, you are not chasing pitches out of the zone. You got a great chase rate. There's something happening in the zone. Is he being maybe, too aggressive later in counts? Is he waiting too long? Is he not being aggressive enough? Maybe that's the issue. You're taking too many pitches. Figure something out. Not my job. That is his. But if you want a guy that's going to be in his prime at a very, very costly rate, this guy is it, man. He is 100% the route you would want to take for a player. Guy got great power. I mean, this is just recently hit his 15th home run of the season. I believe, that was a back-to-back shot with Chris Bryant that he homered off of the Houston Astros. And if you look at that swing, let's go back. Let's see that again. That's what, 430 to center field? And you switch over again, you look at this one that he's hit. 495 feet. All right, and it's not working for me here, so that's not fun. Okay. Still not working. What's going on here? I swore I watched this earlier. Okay, well, anyway, we're not going to see that, but you get my point of what we're looking at with a guy like Ryan McMahon. Great lefty power, hits the ball extremely well. Again, doesn't chase. Contract is very, very nice. Something that you're going to want if you're the New York Yankees are looking at the future, as now it wants to work for me. Let's switch on over to that. Let's see this absolute moonshot. Let's go back on this one again. I definitely wanted to show this because this ball is absolutely crushed. Look at that. My goodness. That's a home run, folks. That's a home run. That is an absolute bomb. And, again, you go back to what it would cost. This is never the part of the game that I know too well. This is never the part of the game where it's like, all right, let's get into that detail. It's going to probably cost something a little decent because you're buying his best years. And he's under a great contract. Could the Yankees say, hey, look, we will give you an Everson Pereira plus a couple of other guys. But here's the thing. We want Justin Lawrence back. We want a relief pitcher back. Not, I don't want, what's his face, the closer. He's not in New York. I forgot his name, Bard. We don't want Bard back. But if you could get a Justin Lawrence back with a Ryan McMahon, look, at the end of the day, Colorado's in a pretty tough spot. If you're able to get Everson Pereira and maybe two pitching prospects, you got to seriously consider that as an organization. They got the worst starting pitching that I've ever seen. I mean, they looked amazing against the Yankees, but then again, who the hell really doesn't? So if I'm them, I'm adding, if I could get a Johnny Brito, if I could get a Randy Vasquez, a Luis Gil added in a deal like that to try to ramp him up, a Clayton Beater, along with an Everson Pereira. Look, that's a deal I'm all over if I'm Colorado. And I would even love to hear from Colorado fans what they think. What is the word around there? But Ryan McMahon's name has popped up recently in a few articles as a player that, teams could be interested in. I think he fits the Yankees extremely well. They got to get that lineup again back to a balance. Righty, lefty, lefty, righty, however you want to start. But you got to get those lefties in there, guys. Because look, come playoff time, it's not easy for many teams to scratch across runs. But if you're at home, you got to take advantage of what you can take advantage of. And that is lefty batters to right field. Routine fly balls down the right field line could just get over. A decently hit fly ball to right center field, maybe with two guys on, gives you the lead. The Yankees got to get back to that. He's also a guy that walks. He's also a guy that doesn't chase. So again, if that's something Casey can work with him on, and on top of that, protection. He doesn't have much protection in that lineup. It's kind of him, the new young guys coming up, but him and Chris Bryant. It's not really protection. You know, if you're able to bat maybe however you want to go about it, Stanton in front of him, Bader behind him, kind of lock him in between a couple of guys. They might look to pitch around other guys to get to him, or pitch to him and get to other guys. So the Yankees have that ability if they have a very, very strong deadline, but it's all up to Brian Cashman, and it is all up to Hal Steinbrenner on how they want to go about their business. But again, guys, the reason why I'm okay with this move is because this move is a now and future move, and those are the moves the Yankees must make. Those are the moves they have to make. Sell off some pieces that you don't need now that maybe other teams could afford. Bullpen stuff potentially that we know we're comfortable there. We can still add to that, but you're able to add to your future on that infield, which right now is kind of a toss-up. We don't really know what the Yankees infield is going to look like in the future. So with that being said, guys, let me know in the comments below, what do you think about Ryan McMahon? And sorry for that little technical difficulty. X, whatever the hell they call the new damn Twitter thing. It didn't want to play it. I had to refresh it and play it again. But whatever. You got the point of the video. Hit the subscribe, like this video, and share with me in the comments below. What do you think about Ryan McMahon to the Yankees? Is that a move you would like to see? Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. If there's any breaking news, you know I'm going to be live for you. But other than that, game season live tomorrow. Yankees, Mets, baby. How you doing?